Hi, welcome to Cowtown Colorworks. I'm Lori, otherwise known as My Cat Pearl. That's MyCatPurl on Instagram and Ravelry. Today is Saturday, May 21st. This is episode 22, and I look like a drowned rat today because I am a drowned rat. We'll get into that in a second. Today we're going to talk about life in Ohio. Some whips. I don't have any finished objects this week. Some stash acquisitions. Christmas. Blah, 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 blah. And some books that I've finished reading and started reading. So life in Ohio has been fun. I worked the Schottenstein Center 7 times. I saw Toruk. It's Cirque du Soleil's Avatar, and it was beautiful. Let me see right here. This is actually the final stage that you see when it ends. This is a phone app to get on. It's interactive. I had so much fun working it, and I bought a mug. Okay, I love it. This mug is solid black until you put hot liquids in it, and then it changes colors. Do you see how pretty colors? It was so exciting. And it made me happy, and I kept looking at it, I'm like, I am working my tuchus off here. I'm going to buy a mug. I got a mug, and I got a travel bag. Like a reusable shopping bag as well. Because I may have a small bag problem. But it was so fun. I did see it 6 times. But I didn't see the whole thing, like start to finish. So in and out, in and out. And my lip is still healing. Today in my cup, I am drinking, on honor of Christmas, my Republic of Tea Christmas blend, Downton Abbey. I got this last year at Whole Foods. Let me see if you can see a little closer. There we go. And it's the Christmas blend, and it's super good. It's black tea with what? Milling spices, cinnamon, cloves, allspice, and other fragrant herbs, and they've been infused into the black tea. Oh, it's so good. And it's kind of, it's not cold, but it's like a chilly, rainy, drizzly day. This morning, Sarah and I, my niece, got up, hence the drowned rat look today. We went, the company that I work for, Huntington, we're celebrating 150 years of our bank's existence, and this weekend was Rock the Neighborhood. We partnered up with Habitat for Humanity, and we did a neighborhood revitalization. So basically, we took a block. It was maybe like 5 city blocks in the south side of Columbus, and they went ahead. The Habitat for Humanity people went and contacted all the neighborhood residents and owners and asked if it was okay if we come in and we clean up their yard. We got rains, we did the front of their houses, so we cleaned out the gutters, trimmed all their bushes, we mulched, planted flowers, cleaned the streets, picked up all the trash. And then I think on that street they also built a Habitat house. So Huntington didn't do that. That was just, Habitat for Humanity built a home on that street. So it was really nice. The neighbors were super sweet. They came out, but it was raining. So my hair is sopping wet, and then we went and had lunch. So I haven't really had a chance to fix it. But tomorrow's supposed to be super nice. I want to ride my bike, grocery shop, do Sunday stuff. So I'm like, I will podcast on Saturday. But it was nice. It was very rewarding. I like giving back. So how I'm going to make America great again, I suppose, is giving back to my community. So that was super nice. But now I'm like chilly and drinking my hot tea. Other than that, there's not a whole lot going on in Ohio right now. Starting to ride my bike. Doing some knitting. I'm ready for summer. I'm ready for the sun to come out. It's going to be in the 80s all week here, which is fabulous. Except for there's a 60% chance of rain like every day through Memorial Weekend. So that doesn't really make me super happy. I'm dog sitting. My niece's puppy's here. Hi, Nuna. She came to see me. She probably wants to know who I'm talking to. She doesn't get it. I don't get it half the time, so whatevs. So yeah, that's it. So I'm going to get into it. I bought a lot of stuff, let's be honest. But we'll start with whips. So my works in progress are socks. I tend to store my ball or the skein in the sock when I'm doing 2 at a time, and that way they don't get mixed up. But this sock is ready for the toe. Standard vanilla sock, cuff, straight stockinette. I do the slip stitch or eye of partridge heel, gusset, turn, and the foot. I wear size women's 8.5, marginally wide, so I like to give myself a little room. I do not like socks tight around the tops of my feet. So, and the other sock, which I'll show you in a little bit because this is going to be part of my acquisition. But the other sock, I'm almost here, probably a few stripes shy. I'm going to change to the yellow, do the toe, and then I'm going to hold them from the bind off because I think I'm going to try to do Stash Dash this year. I'm sure everybody knows about Stash Dash, but it's the Knit Girls. They do it from the time Laura gets out of school until she goes, or 2 weeks back to school. So through the summer, stash busting. I just thought it would be fun. I mean, I'm not winning, but it would just be fun. But I think my plan, so I've got 2 socks, and that's about 400 yards maybe, give or take. I'll have to weigh them. My plan is to not sign up in a thread, because you have, your 3K, 5K, and all of that, until I get closer to the end to know what I'm going to make. Because once you need to go to their website, but once you go in and open up, commit to a distance, that's as far as you can go. So I just kind of want to see how far I can go, and then before the end, I'll go in and post all my pictures and my yardage. So I'll just keep a spreadsheet and keep all of my finished objects together. Take a picture, post it with my yardage, and call it. I think that's how I'm going, I think. So anyway, these are almost ready. I will get down to seriously the bind off. I've been doing a Russian bind off with a crochet hook. I kind of like that better than the Kitchener. I get lost in the Kitchener and I just get this messy blob up top. So I Googled and I came up with an alternative and use a crochet hook and you kind of weave it through and I like that better. So that's what I do. And that's in my little Cowtown Colorworks pink and purple bag. White lining. I like the white lining because I feel like I lose things in here. So these are good. This sock yarn that I'm using, let me find it, is Barocco socks. I got it at my local yarn store. And it is color 1468, not very creative, 100 grams, 440 yards, and I believe it is 25 superwash wool, 75 superwash, 25 nylon. Yeah, it's not the softest yarn, I'm not going to lie. I mean, it's not the roughest yarn I've used either, it's not the softest, but I'm kind of hoping once I soak it that it does soften up a little bit. It's a little rough, but it's fine. I don't know if I'm crazy. Okay, I do know that I am, but I have a very hard time spending $30, $40 on yarn and making socks. And maybe it's me. It could be me. It could totally be me. But I feel like if I'm spending that kind of money, and I love that yarn so much, because I obviously have to really love that yarn if I'm going to spend $40 for a skein of it, or $30 or $25 or whatever. I want to see it. I want to wear it. I want it to be a shawl. I want it to be a hat. I mean, I love socks, don't get me wrong, and I enjoy knitting them, but I have a hard time committing that many dollars to socks. Even though I would totally enjoy while I was knitting it. And to be honest with you, from spring to winter, I'm not wearing socks anyway. I'll knit them in the summer because it's something light and easy, and sometimes the larger objects get, you know, a little warm in the summertime. So I'll totally knit socks all summer long, but I don't really wear them in the summer. But I am going to try those Rose City rollers or some type of shorties. I might wear those more in the summer. And that's what socks I wear if I have to wear socks in the summer. Like bike riding, obviously you wear socks. So I put, you know, little short cotton athletic socks. I don't know, wool socks just sound hot. No, I'm not all about that. But anyway, almost done. And then I have a second pair that I need to move over to. I'm not going to show you. I showed it last week. I have done nothing. It hasn't even left my craft space. I take those socks to work. I leave them in my work bag. And every day they get 30 minutes of attention, which is, you know, a few color repeats. And then they're done. And then that's it. That's what I work on. And then when I come home, I've been working on silly me. I can never remember. Oops. I can never remember if my patterns are free or paid for. So I'm going to try writing it on the pattern. But this is the Pure Joy by Joji Locatelli. I think everybody's knitting one or has talked about it. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you. Super pretty. It's going to be a crescent. So the finished object, and it is a paid for, so I'm not going to give away any, you know, of the pattern itself. It was $5 on Ravelry, so I think that was totally, you know, reasonable amount of money. But it's a crescent, and it's supposed to be the finish, approximately 82 inches long, 14 inches deep. It's super fun, and it's short rows. Let me see. I'll show you this too. So pretty. So I chose, and let me tell you, I cast this on last week, and I'm already at, I am working on wedge repeat number 4 of 5. And then the last is that dark, the last is this dark color band, which is like 40 repeats of something. I haven't gotten that far in the directions. But I am using, this is Knit Picks Hand Paint. It is in the County Fair colorway. And I knit this whole ball, this whole skein of yarn into my doodler and had to rip it out. So, I'll show you why that means something in a minute. And then my accent color is this green that is looking, yeah, it's not getting it. It's not coming across good. It's definitely more grassy green than it's coming off more blue for you. And there's some gold stellina in this. So this is 75-25, no, 70-25-5. 70 merino, 25 nylon, 5% stellina. And this is a colorway I dyed up myself. So that is my shawl. That's what it's, and this is what, it's hard to tell because it's on, oops, that's upside down. This is the top. I think it's on my 24-inch needles, but do you see these eyelets? They are, I'm trying to get it close enough so you can see. They're almost like a braided. It's very cool. Super easy, but very cool. And those are my colors, and then obviously it'll block out, but it's, you know, it's not going to be too deep. I love I'm kind of washing out the colors, but I love them. So, you know, it is short rows, but it's very simple. Like, I've already memorized the pattern, and I'm not a huge pattern memorizer because I just have so much in my brain that putting patterns in. It's not easy. But what I have been doing, so you go down, it's wrap and turns for the short rows, but I put a marker. So the directions say go to the last place you did blah, knit past it, wrap and turn, and come back. So I just been keeping a little stitch marker, and I know to knit to here, knit however many more past it tells me, wrap and turn and go back. So it's just my little place keeper. I'm almost done with this wedge. And then this just reminds me that this is the right side, which you can tell on this eyelet phase that that's the wrong side. You can also tell that at some point I forgot that I had cut this colored yarn in the doodler and just knotted it in the ball. And then I've unknotted it now, but I took put a slip knot so I would know. I just need to go in and weave in those ends. I don't have a lot of ends to weave in. I've been floating this green. It's really just a couple rows. I've been floating it to the next level. So I don't have a bunch of ends to weave in. You can cut it, you can float it. I'm floating it. I love it. It's going to be so fall and pretty. I could probably wear it in the summer too. And I think you can see my accent pretty good. I get worried that I didn't choose a good enough, contrast, I guess is the word I'm looking for. But I like it. I like that it matches, yet it's going to stand out when I'm wearing it. So I guess I should do it the right way. There we go. Super pretty and super fast. And we're going to circle back around to this when we start talking about Christmas stuff. So I've been working on this at night. Literally, I come home from work, I do my housework, I eat dinner, whatever, and then I go upstairs to my room and I watch a podcast and I knit a few rows and I'm just whipping it out. It's really fast. I do not think that this got any attention. I have possibly another whip, but this is my, now this one was a free pattern. I should write that on there and then I will know when I'm talking about them, right? Because I don't want to accidentally, give away directions on something that should have been paid for. That's not fair. This is the Abalone Shawl by Carly Denning. And on Instagram, she's Nurturing Fibers. And it's a lace weight. And I'm doing it in... Oh, Luna. Come here, Luna. I'm doing this in this hot come here. Raspberry pink. And this teal, which is coming off kind of bluish, but it's a teal. Let me see if I can... Yeah, it's close. I've not really been giving this too much love. I'll get back to it. I'm just really enjoying the Pure Joy. This will be fun though. This is going to be a nice summer knit. Very lightweight. It's going to block out. I have not really done too much to that. But I love it as well. And that's some yarn that I dyed also. So honestly, oops, let me put this back. I do this, I pull everything out, then I forget to put stuff back where it belongs, and then I end up with a mess. So that's it for my works in progress. Mostly because I want to finish these small things, and then I want to start Christmas crafting. I'm ready. I want to start. Oops, something on my table. I want to get a head start, I should say, on my Christmas crafting, because I want to knit a few things up. So I think what we'll do is I'll talk about my acquisitions as it pertains to Christmas, maybe. We can do that. So non-yarniness, I bought these from Picks. Basically, I wanted free shipping, and I needed a small item, and I had a couple friends I knew had these. These are cardboard. But what they are, see, we're circling back around, are DPN holders. Because there's that hole here, and there's another hole in here. So you smush them together. I'm smooshing them. my 3D bins. Sorry. Luna, what are you doing? She's sneezing. I think she wants the cats to love her. Luna! The cats don't love her. Come here, sweetie. Ooh, I'm having a hard time getting it in. So these slide in. Your fabric goes here. And then the larger one goes on the outside. Now these will be in my bag. The needles aren't poking or losing, sliding off. And they just kind of hang out. So I'll put this other one down in here. Come here, sweetie. Put this down in here. The bag's getting a little small. I have a lot of stuff in there. And then I ordered, these are not from Knit Picks. I got these on eBay. And I actually looked down on Amazon, but I didn't want to spend $40. I didn't, you know, buying stuff I don't need. Like on Amazon, but I want to try. I love the Cowtown needles. I love them. And I've decided that I like my socks. I wanted to get a tighter fabric. So what I'm going to do, normally I cast on 64 stitches with a size 2. And that's with a fingering weight yarn. So I'm going down to a US 1. And I'm going to try 72 stitches and see how that works out. So I ordered these. Now these are the Cowtown. They're called Cowtown Red. DPN size US 1s. I haven't used them yet, so I can't tell you how I like them. But they're pretty pokey. And that's what I love about the Cowtown Reds. And they're stainless steel. They have a little grip on them. I've been using the Clovers, and I hate them. They're too... I end up cutting my finger one day. They're too grabby on the yarn. The other set that I have is the Deborah Norvals, and I don't mind those. Those are more slippery. There's like a shininess to them. So I like those, and they're longer. The Clovers are 5 inches, and these are 6. And that extra inch makes a difference. But so I ordered 2 because I knit 2 together. I knit tandem. The dreaded second sock. I just can't. So I just knit 2 together, and I won't have to worry about it. So we're going to try them, and I like that they're a little pokier and a little slidier. So we're going to see how they work. My next set of socks that I cast on will be with these. And if I like them, I'll order 2 more. They were $8 or $10 with shipping each. So I didn't find that too bad. I know some people were... Laura with the Knit Girls was using some flip sticks. I think those are Addies. And I looked at those. But then I saw the Cowtown, and I'm like, I really like the Cowtown products, so let's see. So I bought 2 sets. And we will cast on with those. I think I've shown you this. This is a shawl pin. A shawl. It came with my Jimmy Bean wool. So it was on my desk. So now, I'll show you what I've purchased, and then I'll show you what I dyed up, because I did dye up some yarn. Sorry, some of it's on in the bag here on the floor. So, I wanted to make some hats for my cousin, Riley. He's a boy. I have a hard time with boy knitting. I just don't know what to knit boy socks, I guess, but hats. He's going to be in 8th grade, and his school, I think he's going to be in 8th grade next year, but his school, their colors are orange and brown. So I bought some Knit Picks. This is Swish worsted, 100% superwash merino, 50 grams, 110 yards. And I think I can get a toboggan out of this. So I'll do an adult size. He's got a grown-up head. But anyway, so I just, it's pretty soft yarn. And that's the thing. When you're knitting for other folks, I don't want to send a hat home with the kids and then 7 pages of directions on how to work it. So I just ordered up some of this Swish, reasonably priced, nice and soft. It's wool, and I think he'll like it. I think I'll do some striping so I can use up all the yarns. So I bought that. for Riley, my little cousin. Then a woman that I work with, she's a Michigan fan. It breaks my Buckeye heart to do this, but she wanted a hat, a Michigan hat. So what I ordered was the Swish, and this is, the colorway is Dusk, which is blue. And this colorway is Honey, and it's more, it's not maize by any stretch. Michigan maize is really yellow. It's corn, maize, and blue is their colors. So this I feel like is too dark, but I do have this brighter yellow that I dyed up, so I might just hold it double and if I can find the middle, I'm not sure if I can find the middle, or I guess I can just skein off, or I'm going to go buy some more yellow or find yellow. But anyway, maize and blue. So she wants a hat. I will make her a toboggan as well. Gotta find a good toboggan pattern. And she might just get these Honey and blue and we'll call it a day. So I got her that. And then my best friend, I want to make her a Pure Joy. Terry, not Jen. Terry needs a Pure Joy, I've decided. And so I got, she likes blues. I'm not sure. This has got some blues and some greens and some purples. So we'll see. This is Knit Pick Stroll Fingering. The colorway is the Northern Lights. You see that? So pretty. The dark, which is coming maybe off as a black, is really a dark purple. I love it. So what I might do is knit up two, give one to Terry if I think she likes whichever one she likes. So I like this colorway a lot. So I bought that. And then I bought, oh, this is for me. Does that not scream fall? So this is also Stroll Fingering. It's called Sunset and the hand paint. And these are 75% merino, 25 nylon, 100 grams, 462 yards. Let's see if that helps. Doesn't that scream? Pumpkin pie, corn mazes. I mean, this is just fall. Something will happen fun with this for the fall. For me, maybe. Maybe I'll give it away. I don't know. But I love it. This has got oranges and reds and yellows and purple. And it just looks like a fall day. It's so pretty. Can you see there? Okay. And then this is the last thing I ordered. It's called Alberta Arts. This is Hawthorne Sport. And oopsies, I need to learn to read is what needs to happen. I love this color. It's a sport weight though. So it's 258 yards. But I was thinking this might make some really pretty mittens. So I think I should be able to get 2 pair of mittens out of 258 yards. And I might do like the band in one, a solid color, and then, oops, finish. This is like teals and purples. So pretty. And this little band here is very short. So most of it's of this tonal purples, and then there's just pops of teal. So I think it would really stripe up. Not really stripe up, but work up nicely. So I have that. And then I ordered, on eBay, when I ordered those needles. This is Shades of Grey. It's going to be my 50 Shades of Grey socks. I'm not lying, it's true. The movie's coming out in February, so I'll need some socks. But this is just striped. It's self-striping. You can see the striping sequence right there. Blacks and grays. It's called Grundle. Grundo. Hot socks. Superwash. It's in German. But I'm going to say it's 75% wool, 25% nylon. And if there's a colorway on here, I think there's just a lot. 2926. Oh, that's backwards. So these will be fun. These might be the next cast on to try my 72 stitches. Because I want to do, Mina Phillips came out with the sock patterns, and I want to do a pattern sock. She's having a knit along. So I'm like, well, sock yarn, new needles. Well, new needles, a new pattern. Sounds good to me. So this might be my next sock cast on. I have to finish those others. I guess I don't have to. They've been on the needles for a year. I could switch up. That was that. Then, crazy. I had all those undyed sock yarn. And my niece Sarah came over to last Sunday on Mother's Day. I think it was on Mother's Day, 2 weeks ago? Yeah, Mother's Day. And we colored up some yarn. It was so fun. So what I came up with, now I have this skein already. See if I can get you some sparkle. You can see it in there a little bit. This Delina. This is 70% merino, 25% nylon, 5% Stellina. And this color, I'm calling it, I don't know why I'm naming it, but I just think it's fun, is Buckeye Vintage Tee. Because it looks like a vintage t-shirt to me. Yeah, you got some darks, a little faded. Scarlet and gray. Go Bucks. So I dyed up this color. I thought that would be super pretty. I'm not sure what that will be. And then I have some, this is Knit Picks. It's called Capra. It's a DK weight yarn. And I'm not sure that I remembered I wore DK, but I did. It is 85% merino, 15% cashmere. And then it's 100 grams, 246 yards, and I have 2 skeins. And I want to remember that I believe I ordered this yarn to Varigate to go with the Pearl Soho yarn that I bought when I was in New York. And then I ordered 2 more skeins when I got home because I really liked the Mulberry, which is a silk blend. I'm okay with mixing. Oh my goodness, is this not pretty? I don't have a color name for this. It's greens and purple and pink and ecru or undyed. I love it. And I have 2 skeins of this. So that's almost 500. I'm just leaving the band from Knit Picks on it. So I remember what the content is. So I don't want to lose my cashmere. So I've got this, which is almost 500 yards. I'm assuming this is the same because this is 80% extra fine merino, 20% mulberry silk, 247. So these, it's the same weight. So fingering DK, whatever you're calling it, this is a tighter wind. There's a tighter twist on this, if you can see. There's a tighter twist on this pink one than there is on the Knit Picks that I dyed myself. But between, I mean, honestly, I've got, even if I want to throw a pop of navy in there, they all kind of, well, maybe not the navy, but this, I think, would look good really with any one of these 3. There we go. You see it? I'm a mess today. But we have definitely the pink would go. This, what do we have colors? Desert blue, I think, would go. Or this one, which is called, is there a name on this one? I'm not even sure if there's a name on this one. There's a color, 1476. There's no name on this one. But even that's more of a sage color, would totally go. And I'm not even taken away from the fact that a dark blue might go as like maybe some single stripes or something accenty. So honestly, I've got 1,500 yards of the same-ish weight. The same-ish weight. Same yardage. I'm going to go with the same weight. One just has a tighter twist on it. Look, as I'm drinking the tea, it's turning back the colors. I definitely would like this. Oh, it's so soft. You know, to be my focal, and then one of these be the accent. I just need to find the right shawl pattern. And I guess what I could do, if I wanted to do like a sweater, is get some solid of this, and not even dye it up, and do a cream, and then use this as the yoke, maybe at a hands cut. I don't know. Something's going to happen with it. I just don't know what at this juncture. If you have any ideas for some good DK weight, let me know, because I have no idea. And then, whoops, sorry, I dropped some yarn on the floor. I'm slightly obsessed with these colors from this Taruk. So I had bought a sock blank, and it is 75 superwash merino, 25 nylon, 100 grams, 462 yards. It's double though. So I have to figure out what to do with this. But I dyed this up. I don't know if you can see in there. It's not really coming across. That's looking pretty good. It's like purpley blue with some pink. And then down here there's a little bit of sage. I had dyed it up originally. And it was too pastel-y. I'm not a huge... I like pastels, but I'm not a huge pastel fan. And I really wanted this to be something brighter. So I over-dyed it. Maybe here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's try that. Let's see. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then I did this one. Now this... I don't even know if they don't... maybe not so much. This is merino wool silk. So this is a fingering weight as well. 70% merino, 30 silk. 440 yards for 100 grams. So it might be a little heavier. And I have not reskeined this. I reskeined the other ones. But it's blues and I like it. These might end up being socks. A nice textured sock. You know, like the Hermione's Everyday or something, because they're not stripy. It's just variegated or tonal, more tonal. But I think I did a darn tootin' good job matching up these yarns with Taruk. So that's the end of my dyeing that I did on Mother's Day. This is, I don't know if you've done the doubles. Ooh. I need to stop pulling on this sucker, but all right, here we go. It's double strand. I mean, I could knit 2 socks together. I guess I don't know how to do it. I don't knit 2 pair of socks on one needle. I knit 2 pair of socks at a time. And normally what I would do is knit the cuff on one, and then go knit the cuff on another, and then on the other, and then knit the leg, heel. So I don't, and I think I would just end up with a knotted up mess. So what I'm probably going to do is ball these separate of each other, but when I go to cast them on, to be whatever it's going to be. If it's going to be socks, even if it's going to be a shawl, I need to separate them. I don't want to end up with a knotted up mess. So we'll see. I mean, I think it's looking pretty. And also, I like, you know, because of the negative or the pressure of this weave, you end up with, like, reverse speckles. It's speckled yarn, but it's not colored speckles. It's, if you can see that. Let me see if I can put it in front. The speckles are the undyed yarn. So I think that's pretty cool. It's like a reverse. And I think that happens with sock blanks. I have not knit one before. There we go. I haven't knit one before, so I am assuming that's what happens with everybody's, or maybe I'm just odd. Who knows? So that was it. My plan is to start slowly. I don't want to get to October and be like, I have no Christmas knitting started. Oh, and for the cats, I'm going to knit mini socks. Crazy. Like 30 stitches. 30, knit them, do I don't even know if I could do a slip stitch, heel, gusset, turn. Probably need to learn like a short row. And with the Mina Phillips patterns, they come with a German short row instructions. So that I think would work good with a baby size sock for my cats. And I'm going to stuff them with catnip. Luna. I'm going to stuff them with catnip and then stitch them shut, and the cats will have little socks full of catnip. And then for Luna, I'm going to make them a little bigger, and she loves the cat toys. I will not stuff them for her. She's in this phase of ripping things apart and getting the stuffing out of it, so I won't do that. And then books, where am I at? Okay. I had book depression, I'm not going to lie. I finished One With You by Sylvia Day. This was the 5th book in the Bared to You series. Sylvia Day. I read it in like 3 days. So when I went on vacation, and I think I might have talked about this last time, but I went on vacation, I read another book, I picked this one up, read it in like 3 or 4 days. And now I'm sad. It's downstairs because it's going to go on my shelf of read books that I will revisit. I mean, I may reread it, although I got so sad when it was done that I may not. We'll see. And then I now am reading / listening to, because I actually have it on my phone, on my library app. If you don't have a library app, they're great. It's called Overdrive. And you put your library card in, so it links you to your local public library system. For mine, Ohio has a collaboration. So it's a lot of the libraries in Ohio, but you can borrow books or audiobooks as well. So I listen to audiobooks during the day when I'm working. I think I've talked about that before. So I actually have this on audiobook. It's a pretty hefty book. And I read it. I will read it as well. I really enjoy her books. I enjoy her writing style. This one is, there's a lot of pages in this book. 500 and something. This is the latest in the Black Dagger Brotherhood series, Vampire, which I enjoy. She also has another series that I read, The Bourbon Kings. The next book should be out here in a couple months, and that's The Angel Share. I just finished the first book. That's the second book in this series. And then she has a spin-off series of these characters, of some of the minor characters and different storylines, and those are only going to be in paperback. So this woman's busy. Let me tell you, she puts out 3 or 4 books a year, I guess, in different series, and it's not fluffy. I mean, they're well written. They're really intense. Lots of characters, a lot of drama. The Bourbon Kings I love because it's like Dallas or, so instead of oil tycoons, they're bourbon. Their families produce bourbon in Kentucky. But it's so like Knots Landing, Dynasty. I love it. I can't wait for the next book to come out in that. So I'll finish up this book. That one goes on the red shelf. And I'm kind of just looking around. If you have any ideas of some books, that'd be great. I'm always looking for different. I love series because I kind of get sad when the series ends. So I do enjoy the good series. But I'm always looking for books to read and DK weight projects to knit. I've already done the campsite, so that's not where I'm not going back there, but I'll find something. Something will get knit with the DK weight yarn. That's all I have for today. Oh, we went a little long too. Because I did a lot of shopping. I don't think I have anything else. Check me out on Instagram. I do have a Ravelry group. I normally just update. I'm not, I work a lot, so I'm not really on there a whole lot, but post in there and I'll respond. I check it. But I usually put the podcast up there for sure. And I'm on Instagram. You have a great day. Happy knitting. Bye.